We want to see the world, wherever it may take us. To learn new things.
Here we go again, we're going inside!
To go where few have gone. Join us on our adventures, our Stein ventures. I lived in the desert most of my life. It's hot during the summer and cold during the winter. Not much to look at, just brown sand everywhere. Wadi Rum was different. This desert had character, it had a personality, and it was beautiful. This episode, we explore the desert sand dunes of Wadi Rum and discover something very unique that wasn't originally on our itinerary. On the last episode of Stein Ventures, we finally made it to one of the 7 wonders of the world, Petra, and what a sight it was. We did a lot of hiking, met some new friends, and got lost within the huge ancient city. It was an exhausting long day for us, but definitely rewarding. Petra opened our eyes about the Bedouin culture. And now is time to dig deeper and spend a little time overnight with them in the middle of the desert. So we stopped on the side of the road to get some watermelon that they make here in Wadi Rum, or they produce it here in Wadi Rum. They grow it here because there's a lot of water under the ground. And watermelon, as you know it, takes a lot of water to produce. So you wouldn't imagine that being right here in the middle of the desert, which I am. On the main highway right here, getting some watermelon. No, this is not Mars. Although it's been depicted as the Red Planet in many films, this is the fascinating desert of Wadi Rum, also known as Valley of the Moon. After stopping for some watermelon, we came across some wild camel. I've seen camel before. I've even ridden a couple, but I've never seen them in the wild. This was a great treat, especially being out here in the middle of nowhere. The mountain range seems different here in Wadi. Need a quick wash of the hands? No problem. Water trucks are everywhere to refill camps with pure drinking water. They'll let you sneak in a cleansing. A quick trip to the Wadi Rum Visitor Center to grab our passes, which are mandatory. You don't want to get a fine. And we are back on the desert trail. We're our camp in Wadi Rum.
All right.
Eating watermelon. Driving in the back of the Jeep. Or truck, I should say.
All right.
We left our guide behind.
There he is back there.
Yeah, he's back there.
And
now we're on our own.
We're about to enjoy some camping and some home-cooked food.
And natural nightlife.
All right. Cheers from Wadi Rum.
Cheers from Wadi Rum. We finally made it to our camp for the night. The Mazayan Rum Camp. A beautiful Bedouin campsite ready to host you for an evening of entertainment and a great feast. But first, we must explore the desert. So we made it to our campsite in Wadi Rum. And this is our room right back of me, 101. We put our bags in room 101 and ready ourselves for whatever adventure was awaiting for us in the valley. It was a beautiful day to be exploring the dunes. No sandstorm, no large crowds, just us and the red sandy grounds of the Wadi. We hop in back of our 1990s Toyota 4x4 and begin our 2-hour trek. Wadi Rum is located in southern Jordan, right on the border of Saudi Arabia. Our first stop on the tour was a beautiful mountainside with the opportunity to climb to the top, a challenge we so gladly accepted. My wife prepared herself with a secured headdress. Our guide was a speedy professional and completed the task in under 30 seconds. And soon we found ourselves on the slope of the sandy beast. The sand was soft that day, my friends, but we powered ourselves to the top like Olympic champions. We were determined to see that special view. And boy, what a view it was. Today, I was a hero. This is Malik. He was stuck on the top of the cliff and needed a little help. Since then, we became friends. He's from Italy, touring the country with his relative from Jordan, Osama.
Just kidding.
They challenged us to a race to the bottom of the hill. Again, challenge accepted. Ready, set, go! It was a blast. There's nothing like running down a sand dune without your shoes on at full speed. Most of us made it to the bottom without a scratch or a tumble. I, on the other hand, seemed to push myself too far.
How was that?
That was awesome.
All right. Give him 5, babe. High fives, babe.
That was awesome.
We had a chance to finish our sweet watermelon with some of the locals. After we did a little shopping, it was time to get back into our vehicle. The sun started to fade away, and we needed to get to the sweet spot in the desert to see the sunset. But before we get to see that magical sunset, we had one more stop. Why not do a little truck surfing to our next destination? Full speed ahead on the sand dunes, you stand up in the bed of the truck and hold on for dear life. What a rush. We both ended up taking the reins of the mighty steel beast. But like I said before, hold on for dear life. Wadi Rum was a great surprise. It was a beautiful desert that offered plenty of activities. Want to ride on the back of a camel? They've got you covered. But we've already experienced that in Egypt. Now, if you're familiar with the history of Wadi Rum, you'll recognize the Lawrence of Arabia carving in the small hilltop here. He was renowned for his role in the Arab Revolt and the Sinai and Palestine campaign against the Ottoman Empire during the First World War.
Here we are inside one of the local bazaars
Wadi Rum.
in Wadi Rum, and they have given us some welcome tea.
Yeah.
Welcome to Wadi Rum.
Welcome to Wadi Rum.
It's delicious.
It's hot. After our refreshing hot tea on a hot day, we decided to do a little hike next to the tea hut. It was a 20-minute hike. Not too strenuous, but beautiful. I even got myself into a little pickle. Did it at least look real? This is the world of Wadi Rum, a world beyond our own, so it seems like. And so far, we're loving it. Wadi Rum is that unique place where it makes you feel like there are no worries in the world. This place puts a giant smile on your face as you hold on for an adrenaline ride in the back of a pickup truck while watching the sunset in the middle of a red desert. And as we watched the sun go down for the day, I couldn't help but think, this place is so unique, so wonderful, that I don't want to leave quite yet. Once we got back to the campsite, our gracious hosts were busy creating a masterpiece for the taste buds. The Bedouins are famous for cooking their food underground. They pile up a bunch of chicken and lamb and let it smoke for a couple hours in a cylinder. Afterwards, you'll head inside to a beautiful spread of vegetables, fruits, and salad. They really know how to spoil you here. Try and taste everything they offer here, even if you're not sure what it is. And after the meal, we head on out to the campfire and begin to dance the night away. They play all sorts of music, and participation is optional. I do highly recommend joining in. Don't worry about looking silly out there on the dance floor. We all looked silly. We had no idea what we were doing. We were just living the moment. Afterwards, find yourself a cozy spot on the sand dune and just stargaze. It was such an amazing experience. It was very quiet the next morning. We packed up our bags and we had a little breakfast and said our goodbyes to everyone. Wadi Rum was fantastic, and I'm definitely going to miss this place. We got back into our car and continued our journey. It was time to head north toward the Dead Sea. It was quite a long ride to our next destination, but we got a chance to really see how some of the locals live. And finally, the beginning of the Dead Sea. Our next stop would be our favorite. It combines adventure with beautiful scenery as you make your way through an extraordinary canyon with warm water descending from the mountains. And the reward at the end of their hike would be a beautiful waterfall. This is Wadi Mujib. The canyon walls tower above the Mujib River that stretches along 70 kilometers. The Mujib River in Jordan flows into the Dead Sea, which is the lowest point on Earth. This place was never on our itinerary. I found out about it on a little travel show called Departures, one of our favorite shows. I asked our driver if he knew of the place, and he said, of course, and here we are today. Simply put, this place is more than amazing. From the awesome hike through the canyon to the rushing water and somewhat obstacle course, Wadi Mujib is your perfect destination for an unforgettable white-knuckle adventure. There is a small entry fee to get in, which at the time that this video was produced was around 20 JD. Well worth it. The employees strap you into a life preserver and send you on your way. Make sure you wear some sturdy water shoes and try not to wear a hat. I had to leave my iconic Adventurous hat in the car, and it was a good thing. If I would have brought it, it could have been lost forever with some of the rough currents we encountered. Wadi Mujib is a magical place. It really makes you feel like an adventurer whether you are one or not. Some spots within the canyon you can just drift with the current, admiring the beautiful landscape that surrounds you. Other spots require a little more aggressive activity. Ropes and ladders are present to get you past those pesky giant boulders. We saw every age group from teens to 70s hiking the canyon. This place is especially great if it's hot outside because it gives you a chance to cool down. The hike will take about 2 hours depending on how fast you can hike. We took our time to soak in the great scenery and to have some fun. But once you make it to the top, your reward is a beautiful waterfall. And if you're brave enough, go behind the waterfall and take a shower. It's an awesome feeling.
Nice and warm?
Yeah, it's warm. That was cool.
How was the pressure?
The pressure wasn't that bad. It was just, I don't know about the big one, but I was like in between them. The small one wasn't that bad.
Are you going to try the big one?
No.
All right. Woo! We did it, baby! High five! Woo!
Wadi Mujib was definitely the highlight of our trip. And I'm so glad we had a chance to experience it.
It's awesome. If you get a chance, come to Jordan and try this.
Wadi Rum was definitely breathtaking, and Wadi Mujib made our trip to Jordan unforgettable. So what lies next beyond the horizon? a path of biblical proportions. On the next Stein Ventures, we visit the area where John the Baptist baptized Jesus Christ. We get down and dirty in the Dead Sea, and we get a chance to visit a special waterfall of relaxation. We finally reach the lowest point on Earth, and you won't believe what we learned. Thanks for watching our adventures in Jordan, and if you like this video, don't forget to push that like button and subscribe.